Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on a off-season Lorather team. Lorather, Tree Man, whatever you want to call him. And yeah, we're gonna go into this one. I honestly don't think I have the team composition to take this on. I don't actually think I have a team set up for this, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna give it a shot. Let's see what Crom can do. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I can really try to do. I don't have any other plans outside of that. My teams aren't really set up to deal with this guy in Astra Anima, so we're just gonna have to figure this one out on the fly and see what we can get up to. So we're gonna start off by breaking some stuff, I guess. I don't know. I guess a good entry point would be somewhere below Sigurd, but I just gotta figure out how to get up there. Very well put together team, I will say. You can, bait Felix, but the problem is Felix is then going to be followed up by Sigurd, or Sigurd might just even rally first. So in terms of who you're getting, it's not really neither of those options are really fun.
Why not?
Especially when you can't save. So not looking for. I don't have a team that would have been able to tank that successfully. I mean, Cedar can tank. The problem is Sabotage would have done a number on her in terms of the speed matchup versus Felix. I don't think she would have been able to win the speed check to be able to not get doubled by Felix. So she probably would have lost that matchup because of Sabotage. So yeah, didn't like that idea. She probably would have done, fairly well into everything else, but the speed matchup against Felix wouldn't have been a good idea for her. And then also the brave hits, she would have also needed to win the speed check versus Lucina to, be of any use as well, because Lucina hits the brave, and then she also has this Lucina has miracles, so not liking my odds there. Primarily the reason that I can't use that team is because I don't have any type of penalty cleansing like a Micaiah or Saline on that team, so that's like the main reason that I can't use it. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. Armor effective damage is really the hope here, and let's test out some of the traps and then get going. But while we do that, let's try to cover the banner, the New Year's banner. I think I spoke about at least one of the units, which was Tana. So let's go over the remaining units. I don't think I touched on any of the other ones. I didn't speak about. Let's start off with Neathhogger. Neathhogger, I guess. Basically a reskin. Basically a reskin of her mythic version. Oh, that's not bueno. Not good. Looks like he's just dying to the retaliation. That's not okay. We're gonna have to try again on the next turn, I guess. Yeah, basically a reskin Neathhogger.
Your orders?
Blue color. I guess it's not the worst. Could have also been green. Why not? Or even colorless. But blue is fine, especially in the meta where we're getting like a lot of powerful. Well, actually, no, it's not the greatest color, actually. Looking at all the other ranged options that we've gotten, a few of them have been, green, so that doesn't really match up very well into blue nukes, blue tanks, but yeah, it's still only like 7 units that are actually good in the game, so I guess it really doesn't matter that much. It does matter probably in the Ike matchup. She will more than likely demolish Emblem Ike, but it's kind of fallen off these days, so expect it, I guess. But yeah, I think she's going to be just as powerful as Mythic Neathhogger, plus she's blessable, so she can consistently get, 80 HP, somewhere around there pretty consistently, so she's pretty much always going to be good.
Hand in hand.
Yeah, I don't see her full, just like how I didn't see Mythic Neathauger falling off. I don't see this blue version falling off either. So unless they release some type of super crazy nuke in the upcoming months, we're in for a tank meta. It's just gonna keep going. I was actually super disappointed because I was actually hoping we would get an actual nuke, and we got
I see.
Ather, which was quite a surprise. I thought they would have paired, or actually, I was hoping they would have paired, what's her name, Renatasker with Hearthfelger, which would have been a really, really powerful combination in terms of just having a nuke that was a combination of those two units. But they went a route that we probably don't really need. So I don't know, make of that what you will. I probably should say it looks like we're not going to get any like really good nukes probably until Valentine's, I want to say, because that's the next banner that's going to be a special one. So we're going to be struggling with these tanks until then, it looks like, which is really unfortunate. Alright, we're going to go to turn 2, I guess. See if we can actually get at Sigurd. It's not looking good. But yeah, also, what's her name?
What now?
Neathauger's C-skill. Pretty much power crept Mer, like just straight up. We're done with Mer. Here is a better version of her, and you can swap this out whenever you want. You don't have to worry about losing stats, losing any effects or anything like that. It's just going to be permanent. So I feel like that was a big, what would you say? A big, if ever there was a unit that got like power crept, I don't know if that's the word. It's definitely Valentine's Mer in the situation. They pretty much just stole her entire kit and gave it to a better unit like a year later. That's pretty much what they've done. And it's now inheritable, so I was actually worried when I first saw it. I was like, oh my god, everyone's gonna be Valentine's, but luckily there's some skill restrictions where it's only Beast and Dragons, I believe, so that's not that bad, because, you know, typically they're usually either colorless or just not very good saves in general. So I think Neathauger is like one of the few, I don't want to ignore Idune, but Neathauger is like one of the few really good beast save units that we've got. I guess probably throw back to Kennegus a couple years ago after he got his refined. He was pretty decent, but yeah, Neathauger is bananas with this skill. It just means that pretty much shuts down the majority of warping strategies, which is really annoying. It means that you're gonna have to rely more on your movement, which it's bad for the melee units, because we just got into a what's the word? Renaissance for melee everything, cavs, infantry, melee nukes in general with the Celica ring. So not having them, the fact that they can no longer warp is a big problem, because that's like how that's the main way that they were actually able to get in and do the majority of their damage. So since, you know, this
I'll handle this.
no warping zone is pretty much going to be a thing now, whether or not they're using Neathauger as a far save or just for her warp plot mechanic or warp bubble. This is not going well. I don't even understand why we're unable to take out Sigurd here. This is really not going well. Seems a little bit more beefy than usual. But yeah, the fact that we're not going to be able to, you know, warp in with our melee infantry units anymore, it's going to put a big damper in terms of what we can do on defense. Looking particularly at Felix, his whole thing was just being able to get in, go in deep, and then, you know, cause maximum mayhem. But that's not going to be like, you know, that much of a concern if you're running Neathauger, and I don't really see anything stopping you from doing that, because unless you're, you know, coming up against a team that has Emblem Lyn, who, as I've said, is very difficult to build a defense around, you don't really have to worry about too much.
They will submit.
The only other unit that comes to mind would more than likely be, let's say,
I'll deliver.
Shez from the recent banner with Miracle.
By your will.
But I mean, not a lot of people are gonna have her on defense. I don't think she doesn't seem to be that popular. Like in comparison to Hector, everyone like just going through
What now?
the last video that I did. There are so many people that had Hector on their defense, so he's pretty common in comparison to this Shez right here. I'm trying to break the flat damage reduction from the first combat that Ather does, which is convenient since I have Miracle here, but I don't know if it's going to actually work out in my favor. I'm keeping my fingers crossed here that we'll actually be able to take out Hector once I've done that. But Neathhogger, or the new Neathhogger, New Year's Neathhogger, doesn't seem to have a lot to worry about in terms of units that are going to actually take her out. The mythic one, we've already... Alright, okay. That looks like just a ton of luck there. Still not able to take out Sigurd, so
I'll handle it.
we are going to have to go a different route, it looks like. I don't know. We'll see. My goal here is to see if we can get out... If we can take out Tree Man, then we can, try to get some warping shenanigans going, but we got to get through either Sigurd or Hector to do that, and Crom seems to be the only one that can do it with some support from, Thor, it looks like. Maybe some additional support from Mary as well, I don't know, but definitely getting some Thor support there, and it seems to be working out in her favor, but I'm pretty much certain that trap is real, so... Not great. Not great at all, because I lose all of the damage from Clash, and also I'll have to waste a dance. So, jeez.
Your orders?
Yeah, this isn't looking good. Deflect missile. We've already seen how well that does into all the main meta nukes right now. Interestingly enough, they're all bows, which is interesting. The reason I say that is because they're the only ones that are good. Every other bow dagger unit is pretty much 0 damage all the time. So it's interesting. They specifically made these units good. Lucina, Bernadetta, and I want to say the new Lyn. They specifically made them good, which just shows heavy favoritism. Come on, why? Do something for our older units. Not inheritables. Yeah, we need a lot more than inheritables to compete with Emblem Lyn. Our old units need a ton to catch up, because the majority of them are doing 0 damage into something like this Hector.
What now?
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm gonna go with Felix, step on the trap, and get it going from there. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real. But yeah, Valentine's Mirror's whole thing power crept completely. The only thing is that she doesn't give out. It's once the save is gone, if you're able to take out the save, then you don't have to worry about the warp bubble anymore, whereas Mir gave that out as a support effect to whoever had the highest defense, I believe. So there's a big distinction there. That's actually really significant, but still it's really powerful just having warp bubble, because I feel like one of the biggest impacts of it is that I'm probably not even going to be able to use my Winter Edelgard squad anymore because I can't warp in. And that's the main way that she moves around, which is to just warp in and with Tana, and then send Edelgard in that way, which really unfortunate. But then again, she probably is falling off at this point in terms of damage output. I was testing into this Hector, man, and oh my god, this Hector is really annoying at melee range as well to take out. Not only not only is he annoying to take out from range, you know, with Lynn and Bernadetta and units of that nature. But there aren't that many melee units that take him out either. I think I can. Well, Sigurd, of course, but then also Crom can do it. From I mean, we just saw Brave Crom, of course. Legendary Crom, probably legendary version. And then who else? Erica is Brave Erica is an interesting case because I feel like, you know, I feel like every unit needs some type of hush spectrum support to do anything to survive combat these days, and that's really what Erica needs. Hush spectrum to be able to survive the combat against Hector, because once she gets her follow-up hit, she will more than likely take him out. So either that or just give her some form of desperation. Desperation would have probably helped Crom here as well, but as you can see, living with 1 health. Let's get
your orders.
Oh, okay. Not enough HP to survive the counterattack. Unfortunately, Sharena is doing nothing, and I'm just so disappointed in her at this point. I feel like this has been an ongoing theme where she is, I mean, she's great in terms of the extra actions and stuff, but I'm just not getting any damage out of her. I like to run Potent because it guarantees an extra hit, which helps with Gale Forcing, but I feel like I'm at the point where I'm probably, you know, I should probably get it out for like Assassin Strike.
Describe the pain.
Maybe I should give him, just give him no follow-up and take off the Excel, oh, jeez. I don't get the extraction. I danced, didn't I? Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that sucks. That sucks indeed. I don't think there's anything else I can do, actually. I think it's GG's. Well, I mean, it probably was already GG's because Sharena was failing to take out Sigurd, and she has the most action, so yeah. And I wouldn't have gotten the dual button because the only dual unit is all the way in the corner, and I can't get to them, so yeah. This is as far as I go, it seems. Really tough map. I don't have a team set up, so you can't. It was really Tree Man that made this that difficult to play into, because otherwise I would have just tanked it and we'd have been fine. But yeah, Tree Man made that a little like not an option. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to off-seasonal Ather. I'm gonna have to make a team for that. Yep. You got me, man. GG's. Let's play 2 more. I still got an extra matches to play.